Good afternoon, everyone. It is 3:11 and this meeting is officially called to order. So, in true FMA fashion, we're going to pray before we get into the meat of the matter. So, let us pray. Heavenly Father, as we come humbly before your throne today, Lord Jesus, we want to thank you for life, for health and strength, Lord God, for giving us the ability to log on, Lord God, the resources to log on today and be a part of this meeting. I pray that it will be a fun and interactive one, but most importantly, an educational one. In your name I pray. Amen. All right. So, Ravel,
Hey Cash,
Ravel,
go on.
hi, long time no see you. What's up?
I mean, a long time for you. I mean, I saw you on the status yesterday, the thing, the seminar and things. So big up to you. I go and bother the Instagram, I see you.
Don't do that. Don't stop it. All right, Rebel. So you have
Yeah,
anything
man.
you want to say to our members? You want to welcome
Yeah,
them?
yeah, yeah. So big up to everybody, all our members and thing. It's good to have you once more another Thursday. I mean, with all what going on in Jamaica, vaccine and corona, UTECH and stress and all of that, it's good that you can take that 2 hour break and forward on the meeting on YouTube to just engage, to have fun, to get in on the vibes and things because, say all work and no play make Jack a dull boy or Jill a dull girl. So, yeah, man, just enjoy the meeting today. See how much you can learn from Kadeen. I know she has a lot to share, even experiences when she was, I guess, a student here at UTECH. So feel free to engage, ask all your questions, just relax and have fun today. All right, everybody?
All right.
I see Abigail agrees with me, say I go on bad on Instagram.
Guys, don't do me. Stop. All right. So probably Kadeen can give me some tips on to how to use Instagram properly to my advantage today.
Me don't think
And
say I do bad enough. I think you've been taking advantage, Cash. Taking, taking advantage. Really, Alison is asking Jill was again. Anyway, that's a topic for another discussion.
all right,
All right,
guys.
so I'm signing out now.
I'll be signing out as well soon. So the persons who are going to come and a little vibes check. Where are you guys? Tariq, come on, come on, come on over here.
Hello, you guys hearing me?
Yes, we're hearing you now. Now we're seeing you as well.
Oh, sorry about that. Oh, my time now?
Your turn.
All right, so hi guys, I'm Tariq. So today I'll be running the icebreakers. So we'll be doing ABC fast or slow. I'm sure most of you guys know how to play that. So I'm gonna need 6 execs. I don't know if you want to play Kashina. So Shanoy, Marisol, who else? All right, Mad, 6 that or 7. Who else?
Wait, I am included in the six?
Yeah, you want to play?
Huh?
You want to play?
Well, alright. Ready for those them. Well, I'm gonna go for my pen.
All right. So the categories, I'm gonna put up the categories there. All right, so we have boy's name, girl's name, animal, place, thing, fruits/vegetables, cartoon, or TV show.
Cartoon, Tariq. Yeah, God.
Much.
Yeah,
You know what,
Exactly. I don't
with
Terry?
the
watch.
spice,
I don't watch. I don't even watch
spice
show.
it up little.
Cartoon, that's hard.
Yeah.
This I gonna show who are the true winners. This is crazy.
So come and ask Kashina. Need to see us so we know say no cheat.
She gone for her pen.
So Tariq,
So all go on.
fruits, vegetables. Your
Fruit!
food say food.
Yeah, just say food. Just say food.
No man, Tariq.
Oh,
Tarika set we up for fail.
You know what I mean?
Unruly we not feel. You never hear. Can't feel over here.
all right, food.
Alright, food. Alright.
Yeah. Let me know when ready now. So I'm gonna say Michaela.
Hold on, may I hit up them topic here.
Michaela.
What I miss? What?
Ready.
You know you
Ready?
want jump is someone who's ready.
Same man.
Ready
Why am
anytime.
I nervous?
Man, I like
Yeah,
when
that's
you
fine.
jump in.
Bad.
I regular play them game, you know.
No, but in
Lord
a new
mercy.
category about him add cartoon or TV show. I don't know when you get them started from.
I don't know any cartoon.
I have a
Well,
spice it up, man.
For
how
real,
we
who?
so how we
Comment.
are do the ABC fast or slow? Like everybody I get a chance same way.
Yeah, so since I 6 away, I guess we can have 6 rounds. So for
Amazing.
example, we'll ask since Shana is right beside of me, can say Shana ABC fast or slow, then she'll probably say slow, and then she'll tell me when to start or when to stop.
Oh, cool.
So this is everybody, right?
Yeah.
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 All right, so people, make we know who are going now.
Who you
know
guys
who are
betting
going.
on?
Drop it in the comments.
Then better bet for me now. How will Marcel the fan? How she think?
Vote
Hey, Marcel, look at that
Motion, no?
Marcel look silent and deadly. Come.
Yo, make sure no
Right.
You
vote for
see?
Robin. I don't know who I wanna.
All right, ready?
Ooh.
Hold on. ABC
Eh?
fast or slow.
Fast.
Come on
Say
to start.
start.
No, I saw it go.
Yeah, I saw it go.
No, ABC fast. No, me if start to ABC and then
No.
go on.
No, you have
to say
No.
or slow.
And then you
Oh,
have to tell me
alright.
when to start.
Okay, alright then.
You have to
Alright.
tell me when to stop. Yeah.
And that's how me play it, but okay. Fast. Start. Stop.
P.
What?
P. What?
P.
T?
All right.
P.
P.
Oh,
As in
oh.
pet.
P.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah. So now you have to tell when to stop too, you know.
Alright. Why?
What you looking at over there, Marcel?
I told him if he says stop. Alright, me alright.
I wish you go on. Watch yourself in the Marcel, man. I think you're deep over there. You know. Yo, I'm finished still in a joke with that thing. I heard him ready.
Wait. I'm not sure. Wait.
You know, on a show, no? That's why you see it. You see I'm tell people them bet for me, but no.
What's up?
No.
The man done so fast. Oh God.
Mm.
Mm.
Make sure
Oh,
say in the next round and me if you say stop. Okay.
I stop.
Alright.
All right. All right. One off
Who will go first?
for boy.
Paul.
Tyler.
Who?
Hold on. Who
I
go
have Tyler.
Who?
We have Tyler for
One time.
Happy, you know?
A P.
You know, say Allison, take it out. Get out of
Yeah,
here.
nobody saw.
a pin ear. A pin ear.
That's
As
why
in
I'm saying
pet.
P as in
That's
pet.
okay. That's okay.
Damn, that's crazy.
Oh gosh.
Next time.
But still I
All
play
right. So you know
Peter.
say Allison is here another
Jesus. We have Paul.
Guys,
Who do have Paul?
me. You
Yeah,
could write
Paul.
something else. You could write Patrick.
Me never want word Paul.
Alright, so-
you know.
Wait, somebody.
So if
Say,
two
you know,
so
say
if two
100 that-
exec have the same answer, that means a 50 points.
Mhm.
Or
I
if
have
three or more have the same
Paul.
answer, that's 25.
Who have
Who else
Paul?
have Paul?
Oh.
Who else have Paul?
Patrick,
I have
yeah,
Paul.
so I don't know about one.
Now
Which
Perry.
Paul is the one I want to know about?
Girl. Patrice.
Paula.
Call it.
Patricia. Patricia.
Yo, that me
Peter
have no watch
Kay.
yourself, you know. Remember see spelling of that. Tell me spelling of that. I'm not like that.
Peter.
Why spelling of that?
Now Patricia. I same thing.
Hello, Patricia.
Like
It's
that, no.
Patricia.
Yo,
It no matter
delete
how
that.
it's spelled.
One half
No, sir.
animal.
No, say you have different Patricia. For animal, me have
Which
Patu.
Patricia?
Patricia is Patricia no matter how it's spelled.
A
One
50
half
that's
animal.
a part.
Yeah. Me have Patu.
Who have parrot?
For your
A
option,
part.
right?
Who have parrot?
Tariq.
Well, look, you could write figure or something.
Hold on. If more than two exec have the same thing, how does it go?
25.
25.
5.
Suppose Allah will have it.
So some
Well, you will
25.
block.
no neg-
Or 0.
Wait, somebody
Place,
have to do
Panama.
Place of
You know, say
Paris.
Patu.
Panama.
Who said
Oh,
Panama?
place. A part.
Panama.
Yeah,
You know, say a
Portmore.
Paris now. Tariq. You know, say you see me answer them now, Tariq. A thief, you know.
Who have Panama, guys?
Me's a Panama.
Me a Panama.
How Alison have Panama and a
I'm
team?
like,
Team
you
forget.
want to
Alice, a thief again, and
You
on the
don't
stage.
know
Alice,
Panama.
That's all right.
You see, next time when I say the letter, I'm going to
Something
say
like that.
P as in Paul.
So, oh, we are
Thing me have
supposed to
pot.
give a name.
No.
Pot. I have pot for
Oh, oh. Hold on, wait, hold on.
Alright.
there.
When you're ready
Wait,
for my
wait.
thing,
Hold on, man.
guess
Yeah,
what
go
we
on.
have?
Wow.
We have.
Lego.
Play it.
All right. Damn. Okay,
I
I
have
see you. I see you.
Where
You
have
see,
we come?
Lego.
Him have Play-Go.
You know, one of the digital apps.
Dang, I wasn't.
Oh.
Yeah, I was. Damn, that's smart. That's smart.
You smart. You smart.
I see
The
what
thing
you
You know,
me
did
have,
some of my
me have
bills.
plate. Plate me have for thing, you know. More no, no,
Alright.
that take it off on the paper.
I have phone.
For food, I have potato salad.
Me have
My
patty.
pumpkin, you know.
I have pear.
Pear. Oh, that
Pear.
reach
For
your mind.
cartoon or TV show, me have Peter Pan.
Me have
Me have
Powerpuff
Phineas.
Girls.
I have Phineas and Ferb.
You're Phineas and Ferb too. Can I watch
I
your
have
answers
penguins of
and
Madagascar.
Wait a see, now, say?
oh, she said she have
I
penguins.
have penguins of Madagascar.
Oh, okay. Just want to make sure it's a win that round there, you know.
Rosiana, you they have Panama? You did have Panama too?
Yeah, I had Panama.
Wait.
I already put 25.
No, me have to go
How much you get?
recount.
One a total.
All right.
My
Anybody had
total.
Wait, say that
Panama
what is
food?
they have
My total is 525.
So
Wait.
Tariq, we're gonna have one
Yeah.
round
You have
with
600.
the things doubled. Since I wasn't
No.
surprised of the first round, because
No.
we don't talk clearly.
So we can do the last round.
What the exact number, sir?
No.
All right, so I
May
guess we can just do one more round for the interest
Last
of
round.
time.
Please make me be one to say stop.
All right,
Hold
go
on.
on.
Let me head up this real quick.
ABC fast
So,
or slow. May I ask you, Robert, come.
Robert.
Yeah, ask
ABC
me. I'm
fast or
even done head
slow.
up. Mess up me yet? Pass. Start. So wait. Oh, you're gonna say stop and you are.
Wait, I know if you say stop. You ask me.
Yeah. ABC fast or slow.
Fast.
Start. Stop.
R.
What you get?
R.
R.
Hold on. Let's start it. I'm even done head up my thing.
It's not long time.
No, that no fear. That don't fear. I wanna tell you
Yourself.
watch yourself, cause they're not thief.
Mm,
Do you know? Oh, all right. Stop. Ready? I know. No. Ready? I know. A
You say
straight
stop.
winnings. That more one thing. No. Me say stop. I don't care which part in the day. I could have just a start. Cause all of them are thief. But in a start before. Ready up here now. One have for Tariq. What you have for boy?
We have Raymond.
Romario.
Girl.
Hey, Shana, you know better with
Where do Romario?
All right.
Raheem.
May I have
So
rush?
those that
Yo, watch yourself now.
Me have Rihanna
Rushy.
for girl.
I have Ralisha for girl.
Oh,
I know
where
Sarah
you
Lee
get that name
some
from?
put
You
too.
make that up?
And a Ralisha, me have a Ralisha, me have.
All
have
right.
Rennie.
Me have Rihanna.
Me
I
have
have
Rhonda.
Rachel.
But I 50 pay Romario, you know, Alison.
Watch yourself.
Yeah.
What not have for animal?
Reindeer.
Where you
Rooster.
say them have? Who say them have rat?
Me have rat.
Watch yourself, Marisol. Take that off for your
Somebody
paper.
say them have
That me have,
raccoon.
you know.
Are you first, Daniela?
No, I never do that thing about that, you know. I can't believe this.
Who
All
is
right.
that?
Rome.
One have for,
Rome. Who have
Russia.
Rome?
oh,
Me have
Who have
Rome.
Rome?
We have Rome.
Russia. Who have Russia?
Who else have Russia?
Star. All right. When I
Stop
have
the
it.
time
25.
for
Rain
25.
is my thing.
hold on
Rain.
there. How we reach so far?
Rain. Oh, rain to be a
How is explain to me? 5 marks. How rain is
You know, things you can touch when the rain falls. You catch the rain in your hand.
Listen, are you are you well mentally? What was that?
you can get a point
What are you
5.
saying? No, sir,
Yeah,
you
point
can't get the
five.
points. Come on, know what
Yeah,
I mean.
point
Point 5.
E for
Rain is
effort.
not a
We
thing.
have rocket.
Have a ring.
So hold on, wait. How
Alright.
much for Rome? How much for Rome?
25.
I think I'm 25.
That
And
rough.
100 for Marian.
The
Point
range,
five.
0.25.
All right, wanna have your food. You have ramen.
Why?
Me have roti. Roti me
No,
have.
so the
I have
squad them come to
ravioli.
my Roman reason, man.
Jesus, peace. You know, said about your spoon too.
The
Mind yourself, watch
cartoon,
yourself, you know.
the cartoon or TV show, we have Riverdale.
Okay, great. Anyone
Oh,
else?
no.
I have
I have
I
One,
thought
nothing.
ratatouille.
all of you have.
four,
Now,
five,
that's a cool.
That.
I have nothing.
10, 25. Let me-
Me have Rugrats.
You know what I mean?
So
All
much
right,
Listen,
like
guys,
listen to
tally
Anyways,
up.
yourself.
in
ratatouille.
essence,
All right, tally up, tally
just
up.
know say me win.
Tally up.
That's all I need for now.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. How much is
Me get 650.
5, 6, 475?
525.
Mm-mm.
As in
700.
tally
Everything
up
good
in
on your
all
side.
now with both
Oh,
rounds.
everything?
Mm-hmm.
Or me get
1025.
1250 then.
Guys, remember I was
1250.
disqualified?
Yeah, man. I me win. That's all me I
I will
say.
get 2025.
Who get
Oh yeah, I
2,000?
say.
Oh, you see you're wrong. Anyway, my
Right now,
overall
right there you
score
go.
is 1,100.
Oh, me just know
Yes,
say me
sir.
win.
Guys, y'all not playing fair,
Oh,
you know.
one,
What a double
1,025.
round there.
Listen, you missed the bus there. Bus gone left you.
Long time.
So who
Yeah,
have the
man.
most points?
Me a winner. Long
How
time
much
me
you
a
have?
telling you.
How much you have?
Me have 1250.
Oh.
Yeah.
So now I know I'm not more than
You
you.
have so much trouble.
Smart. What do you mean? In the first round me get 600. In the second round me get 650. Smart. Step up your game, guys.
I feel in the boy left some of my answers and blank, you know. And then
No
him
man,
fill them
right?
out.
Me man.
All right, then me
No
when
man.
he hear everybody.
That me should have
All right.
this. Would I get
All right, so it sound like Robert wins. So Robert to get some credit. But guess
you
what?
know the thing go?
But guess what? You know the exec and the credit go already. You can't
So
keep the credit.
somebody.
So
I gotta see who we are give the credit to. How them a win the credit? How them a get the credit?
can sort it out later. Now we
Yeah,
can
man. Bet.
just pass the button on to Marisol and Ralisha to introduce the speaker.
All right, so the speaker for today's meeting is Kadeen Brown. She's an alumni of UTECH class of 2015 with a Bachelor of Science in Entrepreneurship. She's a social media and content strategist with 6+ years experience in helping brands in the telecommunications, finance, and media industry to connect with their customers through content marketing and storytelling. She has also worked with Kemar Haikon, Keeping Up with Janelle, Vibes Promo, and various other macro and micro influencers across other platforms. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Miss Kadeen Brown. Your mic is unmuted. It's still unmute. It's still muted.
Oh, sorry about that. Hi, guys.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm fine. Let me know if you're still hearing me.
Yeah, we're hearing you.
Loud and clear.
Great. Well, thank you so much for having me. I've not done like a speaking engagement for a club in like a year, really.
Well,
Wait, I just want to know though, why was I selected for this topic?
because of your post, I realized that during the period in which Instagram had turned off the likes, temporarily, I realized you made a post, and it dawned on us that it would be good if somebody could present to us about influencer marketing, because there are many times that the term influencer is being thrown around and abused so often. So we thought, why not have a speaker to speak on influencer marketing? So yeah.
All right. Yeah, thanks for that. I just felt like that night it was important because I do think in Jamaica a lot of brands, influencer marketing in Jamaica overall is just skewed. It's not really being used as it's supposed to. We know a lot of brands just use people based on popularity. Does that, or number of following, does that necessarily mean they're influencing? Not really. No, you just have some numbers, and also, you know, some of those people have fake numbers, because when you go back and check, you know, the engagement rate, which I will get into, versus their audience, it's not matching back. So, you know, let's just jump into it. I think the first thing we should really just discuss is, you know, what is influencer marketing? I've seen various different definitions. However, just to break it down, it's a type of social media marketing. It's an aspect of social media marketing, which is using endorsements, getting people to give reviews, product mentions, and from an influencer, which is someone who doesn't necessarily work for the brand. And you also have people who are influencers that work with a brand, but most times they are an external party who will basically, you know, just submit the message or speak on messages to their audience about the brand, giving their expertise to their niche. An influencer, you know, is a person who is someone who has the power to affect, you know, buying decisions of a consumer, because, you know, you use influencer marketing to basically just change consumer behavior. Is either to bring awareness. I think a lot of people focus on, you know, the awareness aspects of influencer marketing, but not focusing on how do we convert after the awareness stage. How do I get you to purchase the product? How do I get you to start using the service? So the person has the ability to affect change based on their authority, their knowledge, and their relationship with their audience overall. So by influencer marketing, for the most part, I think a lot of people break down influencer marketing by number, by your following. And that is why I think a lot of people think, oh, well, I have only 2,000 people following me on IG. I cannot be an influencer. But I'm going to go through, you know, the type of influencers by their following, and also by their niche. For the following, when I look on, you know, online, they give, you know, like a nano influencer is between 1,000 and 10,000. And let's be realistic, a lot of people outside of celebrities in Jamaica do have 10,000 people. So I think in Jamaica, typically I would, or the Caribbean overall, just kind of break down, you know, that I'd say a nano influencer can be somebody, but I preferably would rather you have at least 1,000 people. And I also change those based on the platforms, because on Twitter, if you have 10K as a regular person following you, you're kind of on a different level as a regular person. So you have the nano, the micro, the macro, and celebrities. So guys, I like when things are interactive. So just give me an example of somebody who you would consider to be a celebrity, not an influencer, because we normally use celebrities as ambassadors. So guys, the chat look kind of empty, but yeah, celebrity influencers. So you're saying both Shelley and Fraser Prices, Elaine Thompsons, those and they're ambassadors. and ambassadors and influencers are kind of treated, you know, differently in a sense. Your influencers by niche, I have seen different ways, but I've kind of tried to group them up in groups in an acronym called FAME that I got from a writer. I'll show you guys on that. So you have your founders, and these are people who create, you know, products and our services and sell them to our audience. So that's like Naomi Garrix, or you have this person. She's been on the scene for a little bit for a while. Her name is Krista Forbes. She sells, you know, she sells products to help persons basically become service entrepreneurs without, you know, the burnout. You have your artists, people who create original art and sell them. So your graphic artists, your painters, your actors, your dancers, your media persons who create content and sell the access to their brands. So your YouTubers, your TikTokers, your bloggers, your streamers, your gamers, your nets. I've worked with Netanya as well. Lidge, correct. And then your experts, the people who offer, you know, their expertise based on the fields they may have worked in. So, you know, I would say Dr. Ravos to me would have fallen under that category because he is a doctor and he's using his platform to, you know, just inform people in different ways. Your lawyers, your financial advisors who will try to educate you instead of trying to just, you know, sell. I always tell advisors, if it is that you come in on social media, the sell, it can't always just be, I'm trying to sell you insurance. Like, why? Because the average person just think, I don't need insurance, but there's so much behind it, and there's so many other things. Your marketers, your branding people, your digital marketers, and those are some of the, you know, how I break them down by niche. Can it be all of those in the niche? Then you definitely can. You definitely can fall under all 4 of those categories. It's just depending on how you sell to persons. You know, for the impact of digital marketing to us, it has become a staple in just some marketing tactics that you do know, because people are tired of seeing ads. People are tired of seeing the print ads. They're tired of seeing the pretty ads. Yeah, it look nice, but that not going to necessarily convert back to somebody purchasing a product or a service, because okay, you're trying to sell me something else for the 16,000th time. That's not necessarily getting me to purchase it. So for me, the purpose of and the impact of digital marketing in the space is, one, to bring brand awareness, but then there's some persons that are just literally stuck at brand awareness. There's no conversion, there's no promo code, there's no discount. The promo code, there's no link to kind of get persons to click, so you know where that sale or that customer, that prospective or current customer is coming from. One is to strengthen the customer relationships overall as well, because have somebody who I will actively watch. So who are some of the people that you guys are in tune into on social, on YouTube, on Instagram? Like, who are the people that you guys look to get information or to get perspective or a different point of view of how you will use products and services? And that's basically to strengthen. Sorry, you're saying something, Rachel?
Yes, Rolisha. Yes, I was actually going to mention Rushcam and the way in which he recently uploaded a video with people actually doing therapy, because it's not really talked about in Jamaica. So I think that was really impactful, and he used his space for something in which that's break a type of stigma. So I think that's a perfect example for what you just gave a while ago.
Yes, that is a perfect example. Then you have your you probably, if you're into makeup and stuff like that, you're going to look to a Jackie Aina. If you want to know where to do your hair, probably in Jamaica, probably look, oh, this person here, let's see where they go to do their hair, type of thing. And I think everybody has the ability to be influencers. It's really just kind of depends on how do you capitalize on the influence. Everybody in some way, shape, or form is an influencer. Whether you capitalize on it or not, that is really the question of you being a paid one. But people have influence overall. And the point of having influencers is basically to strengthen, because I have somebody that I can talk to, who some persons might not necessarily be comfortable speaking with somebody from the brand, and that is a up and down thing. But you have somebody else that has probably gone through and given their honest opinion about something. I've seen Jackie Aina do makeup reviews, and sis will tell you point blank, yo, man, I really like this still.
True.
And it's a paid thing. They send her the stuff, she reviews. She's like, man, I don't like the application or anything like that. So, that's it. You look to your new, listen, everybody going to shop at Shein, because why? 10 million people on YouTube in Jamaica YouTube space are shopping and doing hauls on Shein. Overall, I am one of them, but I've been there.
Yes.
But, yeah, so you have everybody you kind of just look into somebody to give their feedback overall, and it's overall improve and that in a sense will help to improve the buying decision of the customer, with an unbiased opinion, without you saying, all right, it's paid. Because in my honest opinion, I think when I'm going through processes with influencers, I want them to remain. I pick you for a reason. And the reason I pick you is because you have the ability to kind of just connect with your audience. You have a community of people and you can connect with them. Am I going to go in there and try and change that? No, like I just kind of want to give you, what is the overall brand message, and you do it how you see it fits. So, example, if it is that I'm saying, you need to kind of just talk about roaming in the most subtle way. How can you speak about roaming? Like, and tie that message without point blank saying it. I've seen when I was I'm still there, but I used to see when iOctane used to post, about roaming messages, and he would literally be in foreign on his phone, and it's just one insolent little line in the caption that mentions roaming. You kind of don't even realize it's not a hard sell. What I hate is people giving people artwork to post. I hate it because it's not convincing. So when, I see influencers post stuff to their feed for cash, I mean, I get your hustle and everything, but that's already, the customer is already, all right, you paid. I'm not convinced because I don't even know if you use this or not. I don't know if you use this travel service. I don't know if you use this soap. I don't know if you shop from this place. It's not convincing to me because you're just basically in your bag. I call someone, I always tell people like, no, I don't want to use that person. They're kind of for the streets, because when influencers when they literally take on every single person that comes to them and like, oh, I want you to do this for me. It's not. And you see it, because you look and you see the post on them feed one day, and by one day time you see it
gone. And wouldn't it be detrimental to the brand itself when you just go about and just choose this person and say, okay, I'm just going to your post it? Wouldn't it be detrimental to the brand, being that the influencer that they are choosing, they don't try the soap to see if it works, so that you can further promote it and say, okay, it took away my spot within 2 weeks. You're not giving enough, you're not convincing the audience enough for them to purchase the items. So wouldn't that be detrimental to the brand itself when you don't choose the right influencers and seriously think about the strategy that you are supposed to use to actually get people to buy a product?
Yeah, it is detrimental because it don't necessarily mean it's gonna bring sales to me. You literally post the artwork. I don't know if you use the soap. Suppose they're allergic to it.
Right.
Suppose we're allergic to it. But I don't know. I see somebody in the chat asking me what's the difference between an ambassador and an influencer. An ambassador for the most part is always a face of a brand or a face of a campaign. And sometimes it might be long term, sometimes it might be temporary. So example, when we worked with Kemar Haikon, he was the face of the Saucy Summer campaign. Literally built the whole campaign around before it was even signed. So when we went to Kemar and was like, we wanted to be the face of the campaign. The campaign was literally built, and we were literally hanging on to hope that Kemar is gonna accept it or not. Did we already know that Kemar was not necessarily known. Yeah, we knew that, but we knew that the campaign was gonna be beneficial to both of us. It was gonna further him in persons knowing who he was, and we were gonna benefit. He was really great to work with because I didn't have to be PP cluck like, yo, I need this or that. He just would jump on stuff and do it because he was cool with the fact that we had a plan when we came to him. It wasn't just, oh, you're gonna be the face and you're just gonna be in the commercial. Like, there was an actual plan for the entire 2.5 months. If they aren't loyal, why would they be loyal? But I mean, sometimes you have brands are trying to attract new customers or reach out to new people. We've seen it already where example, why am I having all these US examples? But Kylie trying to appeal to Black people. Not by from her, but you try to roll your eyes. But yeah, people sometimes you're not necessarily using influencers to speak to the customers you have. Sometimes you want an influencer to speak to the customer that you want to gain overall. So yes, even with loyalty, but I think more about for the impact. Influencer marketing to me is not gonna die. I just think brands, especially in Jamaica, should really come down to trying to find the right influencer for the right for the right things. Like, why? Like, Christmas passed and I'm just like, all right, seeing you on this campaign, seeing you on that campaign. Can you guys find more new people, please? Because there are so many other people that there's a whole side of Jamaica YouTube that some of us don't even tap into. Okay, like, we don't see them because maybe they're not. If I hear somebody that's on Twitter enough like me, I don't see them, but I might be scrolling through YouTube and end up in a rabbit hole, in a Jamaican YouTube rabbit hole and put them up. But I love the work of all some of the influencers, but to me, I think brands really should work on trying to get new faces and new people, and that way you tap into new markets, because a lot of these ones that are kind of popping, they kind of have the same audience, so you're not even reaching more people because you're literally talking to the same people that these people talk to. But and also I think when I had done my thread about the what will happen to brands when there was no more likes, it will definitely get them to use other things. So I think I spoke on engagement rates, and engagement rates is basically a percentage of like how many people from your following that tap in, that basically connect with your audience. So everybody can calculate this. You also have a few websites online. You can try Influencer Marketing Hub that has calculators on there that will basically calculate to you what your engagement rate is. And your engagement rate is calculated by your total engagement over your total followers times 100. And once you're within the 2.5% to 6% bracket, you have a really great engagement rate. And the funny thing is, people who have smaller following have a bigger engagement rate than somebody that has a larger following, because there's more people connecting to those people online, so they have a smaller audience. So those are some of the things that persons should look into, like how big is their community, like how do they speak to people online, how do they kind of convey their messaging and do the product placement. Like, what I don't like is sometimes it's the obvious, it's in the most subtle. I've seen people do things like in the most subtle way, and that's how it works. You don't even know them trying to sell to you. I've worked with influencers already. Yeah, correct, El Shaddai, and they have a better relationship. So I did when COVID hit last year, and I was at Digital, and we had to do the first top of the month thing was coming back. So I literally just got people off Twitter. I don't have them anywhere else, and they were just Twitter. And all I gave them is 2 messages, so it's not even a message point back, but what needs to be communicated and literally that's all. And I just let them just go and just, do their thing and speak to their audience. Who am I to tell you how to talk to your people? All I need to do is give you the message, and you can just, communicate it there. And the engagement for it was really good. And the feedback, because why? I'm seeing somebody who used the phone, like me, somebody who, and they're the ones that's literally speaking on the messaging about, what's happening. So it did work out first. And there are a few other campaigns where I have used, influencers for, but overall, I'm always I love to use new talent. Like if somebody's on the rise, I kind of want to own you first. Not own like slavery, but kind of grab to you and work with you first. Because I think a lot of brands might just use people for a campaign and let them go, but it's loyalty on both ends. If we build a good relationship and work together, I think you will be able to put out great work without me having to tell you, because you kind of understand what's going on. And you
I have a question.
Okay.
All right. So like how some influencers, so to say, as it relates to like content creating, I realize that you have some of them will go to the extreme in which like they'd actually make content to reflect the brand, so to say, while others, I realize that they'll probably just like repost repost something from off the page. And I realized that as you were saying, the whole forming the relationship thing, when it is that they take the time to like show how they use the product, whatever it is, the service, I realize that the engagement for them, people are more intrigued as opposed to you just like screenshotting a couple of pictures of the brand's page and like posting it on that page.
Yeah, definitely. But also it depends on what was the agreement,
Yeah.
I'm a strong believer in having contracts that keeps both parties accountable of what is needed. Everything should be listed, in the contract. Everything is supposed to have a monetary value. So example, if it is that we are doing a campaign and you're supposed to we're supposed to be using you in your ads, we needed to do social media, we need to do how much posts, even down to the how much posts is supposed to do, it's supposed to have a monetary value. I am also a firm believer in influencers need to have their rates. There are some people that literally have no rates. They'll like, the brand will offer you and say, oh, all right, I'm giving you 50K to do 5 TikTok videos.
That's it.
But your engagement rate is like 25%, because I actually realized too the engagement rate for TikTok and all the other platforms are completely different. Because when you have high following on TikTok, you have a double digit, like a 25 or 30%, even though you might have 100 and something people following you. But on our Instagram and Twitter, if you even get 1%, you're good. But influence, and then Instagram, it's like 4 or 5, 6%. My engagement right now, I think, is like 14, but I have like 2,200 people following me. It's not really my place, but so you go. And then for people who want to become influencers, first thing, please have your email address in your bio. I was trying to reach out to an influencer the other day, and I had to DM her because homegirl does not have a contact. She don't have no phone number, she don't have an email address, nowhere. That kind of just slow up the process. If you can create what I've been encouraging persons to do now is to create a media kit or a press kit. One sheet, kind of just give the person an overall overview of what it is they do, what kind of content create, who you are, and then also show your stats, what's your engagement rates for the platforms that you're on, your contact info. If you can try to reach out to agencies, like, guys, like, leverage LinkedIn as much as you can. Like, they're so open, there's so many people online. When I was going to UTECH, like, connecting to like a marketing person seemed like the most far-fetched thing ever. You never had LinkedIn, you never had Instagram. Well, Instagram came about when I was probably in like third year, fourth year, thereabout. And Twitter was just probably your circle. You already are, but as I said, you kind of have to figure out your niche of where do you want influence, because there's some people you're not going to get up today and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be an influencer, and I'm just gonna get somebody gonna pay me to be an influencer. I've seen people they did their travel thing, and they were doing that off their own dime and spending their own money and going places and creating content until a brand see and be like, oh hey, you want to be on a Jamaica Tourist Board campaign? Hey, do you want to do some travel stuff for us and we pay you? This girl, her name Danielle, she cook. Christmas, everybody was trying to get her to do cooking stuff, but she was doing stuff of her own. Like, I think people need to understand, like, yo, you need to start out, you kind of have to start out doing stuff. One, don't do it for the money alone. Like, you have to love it, because people will pick up that you're not authentic. You're not being your authentic self. I'm not getting this anyway. You're kind of just doing this to get paid. You don't love this. You just want some money. Do it because if you want to become an influencer, one, you have to love what you're doing. Two, you have to just decide, say, yo, I may have to spend this amount of money first to become one, before I get one, and this is my plan. Just like people who start YouTube and then want it to be monetized, probably creating content 3-4 months before they become monetized, but they want it to, and they know what their end goal is. Like, know what your goal is, know who you want to tap into, what niche or what area you want to tap into. Don't even watch your followers. Like, as I said, if you're creating great content and you're authentic, people will be able to tell. And if somebody else wants to jump on board and kind of say, all right, I want to bring you on the journey with me, they will. And somebody said this in there, like, plan your content ahead of time. Like, you can't say you want to be a travel blogger. All right, this week you go Spanish Bridge, and then you really know, and then you don't go somewhere else till like 3 weeks after that. That don't really seem like you're being consistent. And you have to be consistent as well. Do you need like a ton load of equipment? No. Enough people blog off of them phone. They blog off from their phones.
And there's so much apps out there, editing apps, so you do the content, you edit, and you just post off one device.
Yeah,
I think people just need to right. I think people just need to do their research, because even with the editing apps, everybody probably accustomed to like Adobe Premiere Pro, which is like you need some good.
You need some.
But you have so many. For example, I'll just share something. When I'm editing videos, you know what I do? I search on my app store the different kind of videos and the different type of video editing apps. I look at the features and I just take different features from each app and pull them together. And when I finish, when the video is finished editing, when you ask me which video editing app I use, me can't just tell you one. So I will use a feature in one app. Then after that, I use another feature in another app, and I just so it work. And you would feel as though I one app alone me use.
Yeah,
and
that's true. There's a pool of editing apps out there. We just have to do our research.
Yeah,
and we'll get it right.
I mean, you have iMovie if you have an iPhone. You have InShot. You have
right.
If you're into traveling and travel stuff is a lot of pictures and images and aesthetic. You have Adobe Lightroom, which is free for the most part. You can get 2 lapel mic for like 20 US. Okay, so if you want your audio to be great, you can do that. But most importantly, as somebody says, being authentic, because people pick up the fake. And nobody really wants to buy into that. And then somebody say you have to invest in yourself. You have to just decide, say, all right, this is a sacrifice I'm going to make to do it, and I'm going to love it. For persons, if you want to do a media kit after a while, you can do it in Canva. Also, Canva has a whole bunch of templates and stuff you can use. You can create. I created my YouTube intro in Canva. Canva, you can also create a press kit in there, so you can just search for the word media kits or press kits, and you can see stuff for influencers. You can also use Adobe Spark as well. They have a few. I think the options for media kits are better in Adobe Spark than they are on the other platforms. I think you guys have sent me a question, should local businesses use influencers? I think if you're a small business, you just can't even make up your mind, say, if you're going to spend the money, you're going to spend the money. I think for like clothing brands, if you're doing clothes or stuff, you probably just have an ambassador, and you might be paying them in kind. And the kind could be valued at, say, 20K. That's the payment. Or you can ask them to do a discount code. So every sale that they get, they bring in using the code, you might can give them a 10% off or whatever it may be. For larger brands, as I say, use people that are fit. They should, use people that are fit for, whatever it is that you're selling or whatever message you're trying to convey overall. I don't see if I left out anything. What factors it should be? I think I covered that. I think I covered most of the stuff for the most part. But if anybody have any questions, you can ask in the chat. If you don't want to ask stuff about, me working, not my personal life though, my career, what happened when I was at UTECH, yeah, you can go ahead. Look at this.
You can probably tell us about your journey. I think I remember you making a post, I think it was on LinkedIn, about you started off as a customer service, you started working as a customer service rep or so at Digicel.
All right. So my digital marketing journey didn't necessarily start at Digicel. It's actually started when I was at UTECH. That blog was really like emotional away there when I left. So I was just writing about the story. So when I started UTECH in 2009, I was supposed to graduate in 2013, but girl never do her work. Girl was on academic probation the whole time. And so I was in biz at first. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I wasn't a party. I can literally still count to this day how many parties I went to when I was at UTECH. So it wasn't even that. I just wasn't, I think by the time I caught on to the work or grasped how hard college was, it was already too late. I was on the way out. I was already on the second academic probation out the door. So yeah, they basically kicked me out, and at the third year I switched over to entrepreneurship. My friends were going to leave on my third year, and I was just like, all right, well, I'm gonna bury myself in stuff. So there was a club at UTECH called Club Billionaire. I got involved with that. I think I was trying to figure out what it is I wanted to do at the time, and my advisor for Club Billionaire, which was Dr. Rosalie Hamilton. She was the VP of Community Service at UTECH at the time. She sent us at this like e-conference thing, and somebody came there and they were talking about, they do social media marketing. This is like 2013. That wasn't even thought of. That wasn't even something that was popular then. And I was like, yeah, I can do that. And then on my on my bio on Twitter, in my bio, I had aspiring social media coordinator. So I invited someone from an agency, Conrad Matheson from Pixel Perfect. I invited him to our club meeting, and I actually was going to approach him to get an internship. And he approached me first because I had it in my bio. So I started out there. I was an intern, and I was also working in my father's business, and I was also a president of the club. No, I wasn't president. I was PR for the club, and I was doing like 5 or 6 courses. And I started out as an intern, was running the company page first. Then they put me on as a part-time staff because based on the amount of credits I was doing at school, I had to be a part-time, person. I was going in my final year as well when they asked me to be part-time. So I was doing social media for Tracks and Records. I did their World Cup campaign. We did TVJ. I was doing Digital Rising Stars at the time. Like that's probably like my longest stint show. Like I've done like about 6 seasons of Digital Rising Stars, and I was there for 2 years, and then I think I wrote it in my LinkedIn thing. They fired me at Cannonball, and I was looking for a job. And so I think by the time I graduated from UTECH, social media marketing jobs were really on the rise. So I actually didn't have a problem landing an interview. I had a problem landing a job. I think I did like 12 interviews. Applied for digital. Like this learning, so when you finish school, you at one point you're gonna just a full out application for the sake of if you're not working. They called me and they said, we have an interview, and it was a Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. And I go down there, see like a sea of people, and I'm like, bro, what is this? Sit down there the whole day, do the interview, and they called me and say, I got the job this time when digital play was just starting up. And so I was in the customer care department for that. We had some HR persons that trained us, and they kind of was just scoping out like, you can move on and do this. And I'm like, all right, cool. Customer care, I'm staying there for a year. That was my goal. And I think overall I've done 3 interviews. I think I did 1 before I went to digital. I did 2 while I was there. 3rd time was the charm. I got the job because I knew somebody from digital's marketing department at the time. I knew them through doing Digital Rising Stars and doing Magnum Kings of Queens of Dancehall, because for TVJ we did mostly shows. So we did Magnum Kings of Queens of Dancehall, Digital Rising Stars, the Contender, Champs, things that are kind of ongoing. So it's between that and sports. And they knew me from then. They knew I was in customer care. Somebody left and they're like, all right, just I have a whole bunch of stuff coming to start working with me. So I would be like exchanging shifts with people so that I can do work. So I might be somewhere the night before and be there till like 12, 1 o'clock. And then wake up and go on the board at 8 o'clock in the morning. And so I think at the time when I was looking, and everybody, and there were managers in customer care like, you have to be here like 2 years before you move. And I'm like, yo, don't tell me that. Because I cannot sit on this phone for 2 years, and then ended up moving in 7 months. So that's really it. And then I was, there at, I was at digital for 3.5 years before I decided to leave. Went on to a financial institution in COVID, and it wasn't really necessarily the best experience. And I'm actually back at digital. I think somebody was asking what's our tips for somebody who wants to be in marketing. I would say start now. Start in while you're at school, while you're having you have the free time. Like I know school hard. I did 6 courses per semester my final year. I know school is hard, but you have agencies. I think one is try to connect with people. Like LinkedIn is there, and LinkedIn is not just there for you to send people friend requests and for them to accept. LinkedIn is there for you to connect with people who are in your field, who you can ask questions, who you can. I know we are all for securing bags or whatever now, but if you can volunteer for something, if you can ask, can I work with you? Can you just mentor me? Can you just give me advice on how to do this? And broaden your horizons on the different aspects of marketing. I think everybody is like, I want to be a brand manager. Real talk. You're not leaving UTECH with a first degree with no experience and become a brand manager. That is not happening. And I'm not being negative. I'm being realistic. But try to find out what are the other parts of marketing. Everybody says, they want to be digital. They want to be a digital marketer. But digital marketing is actually, it's a very wide scope. Which is why I kind of say I'm a social media marketer, because I did learn some aspects of, digital when I went over to the financial institution, but it's not my strong point. And that's okay. I left because I wanted to be multifaceted, but then I kind of just realized like it's really hard to do it all, because all of them are just very, very time consuming. It takes a lot. Like doing a website takes a lot. Planning content and posting it takes a lot. So just tips, try to reach out to agencies, as agencies are a great place to start. Also beware of agencies. I did write I think I have an article on LinkedIn about, corporate versus working with an agency. Agencies for me is a great way to become multifaceted and learn other things, because you're doing other things, but you also have agencies that take advantage of people. There are different agencies here. There are marketing agencies, there are digital agencies, Mystique Integrated, AdMark. or else exists. Market Me, they're all there. Just try to start as soon. Please don't wait till May to try to look at summer job, because by May they already shortlisted their people and they're about to start in June. So as I said, though, just try to utilize your resources. Like the internet now is there to help people to become, to connect more, ask questions, even if you're afraid. One thing me never do was afraid. Ask the questions that you need to know, ask the different parts that you need to know. You have sponsorship, you have events, you have PR, you have graphic design, like people ask for graphic design, you have social media marketers, you have people who just do paid ads alone. Maybe at digital, because it's so much that's going on, we have people that are a niche, which is why I only did social media, because you had somebody else that was managing the website, and you had somebody else that was doing the ads. So yeah, that was pretty much it. Did that match at all,
That was really helpful. And also for the person who asks, where to start in marketing, you already get on the right path from your Future Marketers Association club, for sure. And every week we'll have persons who are literally just being impactful to us. And I really hope that we are taking the tips and the advices and actually applying them into our own lives. So Kadeen, we love that you shared that experience with us just now. Any other questions?
No, so
all right. Okay, so I'm going to ask Alison to do the vote of thanks. Alison, your time.
Kadeen, on behalf of the FMA family, we would like to thank you for being here today, for giving us those tips. This was a very impactful conversation. We enjoyed you being here, and we want to present this virtual certificate to you for being here. Thank you.
thank you so much, guys. And yeah, you can always reach out to me on Instagram and Twitter. I know I'm not really too laugh with people, but you can, I'm gonna bite like my answer question. Ask. Oh, last tip: make sure your resumes are are updated. Make sure your resumes, stay, it's proper. Like you have career and placement actually helped me to do my first one. You have a lot of free resources to help your resume. Like I've seen people just, you have the free resources, guys. Just literally utilize it to help, kind of get your foot through the door. You don't have to have a whole essay, 4-page letter C with a kiss type or resume, 1 page, 2 page. Mine is still at 1. Well, mine is at 1 because I've kind of just restricted my resume to just my digital marketing experiences. So it's still at 1 page. But if I were to put every single job I worked with, it will probably be at 2. But also, yeah, just utilize, your free resources and try to network as best as possible, because there is a whole bunch of people graduating in May that are all going for the jobs. Stay on top of your job. Yeah, putting clubs on your resume is good. However, I'm a strong believer in trying to become more than just a member of a club. I'm a strong believer in putting leadership experience. I've seen people who don't have no work experience, but because they had leadership experience, that helped them get through the door. You guys have your marketing seminar, your different seminars that you do. Try to get a role in there. I know it's stressful. I know people add ears and people are annoying, but it will work out to your benefit at the end. My Twitter name is the same as my Instagram name. It's Kadeen with 2 underscores at the end. But yeah, just make sure your resumes are good and try to find a mentor, where necessary. I tried to go through the UTECH mentorship program. I don't think they understood digital marketing space at the while. The funny thing is, I just remember this the other day. We did a presentation in one of my entrepreneurship classes, and I told them what I wanted to do, and they were looking at me like, you're not gonna make money from that. Would love to see that lecturer now.
This is
2020 would laugh
this
at
is
that.
2014. Okay, this is 2014, 2015, and they're like, well, I don't see how you're gonna make money from that. You need to think about what you're gonna do in the logistics of. I'm like, what do I have to do with me? That the logistics of don't have nothing to do with what me want to do. I don't see it yet. Where's the logistics hub? I don't know, guys. But and it's now you have digital marketing offered as a course in marketing. They did digital entrepreneurship when I was there, but I think now they have an actual digital entrepreneur, somebody who has worked in the field doing that course for people now. So we can see their evolution. But as I say, guys, just kind of do your research, kind of learn and ask questions. It don't hurt for ask nobody no question. It really does not. Another thing is, well, I have this book. It was really good. It's called Influencer by the author's name is Brittany Hennessy, like the drink. And it literally broke down. I'm not calling him. Girl, I don't fumble bags like that. Call names? Never. And that book, it kind of helped me, bro. It breaks down like the basics of an influencer, how to charge people. I think that's the first problem people have is they don't know how to charge people. So I've seen people who undercharge and I've seen people who overcharge persons. Tashana said she needs to upgrade digital skills. The digital marketing garage on Google is free. The module is long, but it's free. You also have the digital ad, the Google ad set, so you get to learn the search engine part of Google. That's good if you want to go into the digital part of like websites and search engine optimization and searching words. Like that's a good course to have. I think Facebook has a school too, but you have to be on like a waiting list. I'm still on the waiting list right now. Who else? I mean, there's iCreate if you don't know. I mean, it's another story. I mean, the internet is there and you have a whole bunch of people working on the field. Like just Nike said, just do it. Just do it and just start to plan out what your future will look like after you finish. Not when you finish, start planning out before you finish, so you know what it is that you need to do.
Thank you so much, Kadeen.
Look at me chatting after the vote of thanks.
No, we love it because you're actually reminding us that we need to like start getting experience from now and don't wait until you graduate for you try hustle up yourself and everything. Put yourself out there, be bold. No, this is the time.
Yeah.
Fear, like literally, fear needs to go. You need to start do something.
Pack up.
You have the zillion of people from UTECH graduating. You have the zillion from UE. The 2 UEs, by the way. You have the zillion of people from NCU. You have people them who they're foreign and I come back at them yard who probably have experience because it was mandatory for them to do internships. So they're coming back. Like you just need to put yourself in the game.
Right.
Yeah, it did because thank God, because some people would have never gone digital.
True. That's
if it was not for the Panasonic. Look at Passport Office. Passport Office just gone digital. And before you probably they had the Dropbox because me not like giant lines. I used the Dropbox and it did work, but you just got online.
Somebody on the business every day. And
you have people who are overseas. Like my brother was overseas and his passport expired. When my father come on Jamaica, he happened to be in Jamaica at the time, but there was nothing online. Yeah, so the Panasonic did ask people. That's the only thing that this is the kind of benefit for the pandemic, but I kind of want to go back outside now, so
agreed.
Yeah, it also allowed persons to start thinking more creatively now and not being complacent in what they were already working.
Yeah, because it messed up the brick and mortar. It definitely messed up the whole brick and mortar, system, and people just had to just think outside of the box to survive. They had to come out of the box
to figure out how to get everybody to to become innovative and to survive pretty much. So yeah, also if you want to create digital products and services, that's also another way. Like everybody don't have to try become social media managers. Like I hate posting to pages, hate it. Okay. So you can always go into try look at I met a whole lot of people off Clubhouse, so that's something I want to do now, because with my 9 to 5 and with everything else, I don't want to spend my free time posting to nobody page and coming up with them content. Don't want to do it. So that's also another direction that we can think about, being a marketer or a digital marketer, but also just try to get the experience, because people don't buy from people who do certain things, or if you're not the expert in it. So yeah.
Yeah, so thanks again. I feel like I said that a million times.
Every time you say thanks, I'm gonna talk some more. So it's not your fault, girl. It's not your fault.
I started my business. Yeah, I realize that a lot of businesses have been going up. A lot of YouTubers, people have been coming out of their shell as well. So yeah.
No, the only thing why me keep on refer to it as a Panasonic. The pandemic messed up is what college life really would be. Really
Yeah.
messed that up. I'm just like so sorry for people who don't experience
First
real
year,
college life, like first
especially.
year. And you experience freshers fed. You haven't experienced UE Carnival. You have not experienced just what it's like to be a student on the campus. I mean, hopefully people will just, hopefully one day can go back to that, but it did mess up, everybody's experience overall. I know some people that dead for left them parents yard when sixth form come and boop. there was the
Right, they
pandemic.
them the same way.
There was the pandemic. But I'm sorry for the final years too, because final year is not what it would have been. I know as hectic as seminar was, it's a key part of what people's final year lives would have been. So, and even not just for bizarre people, just for everybody who would have done something major during the final year. My brother is overseas. Him going to school. He's like, yo, I want about my senior year because Tashina, no. Do you plan on getting some work experience? Because your question is a little vague. Because the reality is people are asking persons, even though it unfair, but yeah, ask for 2 years experience when we're just done, which is why I'm encouraging everybody to try and get internships or try to get jobs even when they're in schools. Because the funny thing is, by the time I graduated, because I started working with the agency, by my graduation date, I already had the 2 years. I didn't get the 2 years after I left. I got the 2 years while I was there. So, which is why I've encouraged persons to try and do that where possible. Reach out to the agency, search down LinkedIn, find people them. Don't find an account exec. Like try to find the person who own it and just, I'm not gonna say plead your case, but kind of pitch to them why you should.
And I think you were saying as well, if it is that you may not have the experience, it is good, for example, if they venture into leadership, into like students union or a club or so.
Yeah, student union or a club. Yeah, like it's cool to be a member, but nobody really all right, you were in a group, cool. No. Like what else did you do in the 4 years or 3 years of your life?
Right. Oh, she said thanks.
You're welcome.
All right, so thanks again. Thanks again for coming, and we wish you all the best. We really appreciate it.
All right, thank you so much for having me, guys. All the best to people that are supposed to be finishing this year. Yeah, just do your thing. Somebody always said this on Twitter, find your thing and do you. So do all of that.
All right, thank you. Take care.
Hi guys.
Hey.
That was such a great presentation.
It really was.
Yeah, for real. Boy, I'm kind of miss campus now, I'm not lie.
Yeah, for real.
Was kind of
Miss
boring.
campus so much. Okay, so I guess we're going to get into the hot topics. Woo! Woo! Where's Tatiana and Robert? Then my curtain.
You're kind of rude.
My curtain disrespectfully.
Rude.
Ah, embarrassing. Sorry, guys.
I mean, that your business, so Chanel.
I don't know how she allowed me up stuff. Miss campus is not the name. I was over there, but it's not the name. 1 second, guys.
She said she don't know why she know it's the same.
All right, guys, welcome back. So, all right, we're going to get into the hot topics. We have a few things to talk about. A lot of interesting things have also interesting has been going on in the media. So the first one we're gonna bring up is the new Nation Boss song, Humans. If you don't know it, run off on YouTube right now, go check it out. It's such a great song. So the song first made it rounds on social media where Nation Boss posted a snippet of himself singing the first verse, just the first verse, Then it caught the attention of some big names in the industry like Popcorn, Lila Ike, Agent Sasko, and all them good people there. So the official track is produced by Dominic Troublemaker McDonald and uploaded to YouTube yesterday. So for those on here who actually know the song, is it a flop? Is it a flop or it really deserve all the hype?
Yeah, man. To me, the
It
song
really
bad, man.
deserves recognition.
Bad.
The song bad for real.
Song real nice, guys, real nice. And he also shared a bit about his journey on his Instagram, stating that he has gone through a lot of troublesome roads. So I'm happy to see the success. Can you imagine you just post a little snippet of a video and it just go viral?
Brother, the snippet when post still, but no, that's the part that really gripped me. From the
Yeah,
man
because he
released the
posted
song,
the good part,
yeah.
like the
But
part
I
that
mean,
he
all of the
posted
song good still.
connected. Well, the part
Yeah,
that he
yeah,
posted was the connection part. That part that did connect, man.
yeah,
But the
yeah,
song really
yeah.
nice. I was waiting for it to come out on Apple Music and all now,
Yeah,
but
need that.
just a fair go and jam to it on YouTube, I guess.
Brother, from the song come out, now have it on repeat. Can't ease up.
Bad man.
True, it really nice, man. It's really a good song, especially the part about it go from before
When
the
it's
From before
pandemic,
the
for
COVID thing, not for them
yeah,
away
yeah,
mask.
man.
Yo, I feel like that part that really grab people too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I actually like the part where he was saying that sometimes him get lonely, but him not make the friend thing. Him just stay by himself and bun grades. That part
Yeah,
there. I like
yeah.
that part.
Yeah, man. We can relate to so many parts of the song. So second thing, guys, Girl Ghana foreign. All who can get visa.
No, sis, not brown terriers, babes.
Well, I
Brown
broke like a
terriers.
dog again, sis.
We say mongrel Ghana foreign. So according to the Jamaican Observer, 144 Royal Caribbean Terriers from the Montego Bay Animal Haven Foundation in St. James were sent off to be adopted in Canada on March 13. The managing director of the foundation said that the decision to send off the dogs were as a result of COVID-19. So basically, they weren't able to receive donation to support the dogs to feed them, so they had to find another way. So them send off the dog them foreign. I'm honestly happy for the dogs. I'm not telling no lie, I'm not bad by them or anything. It was such a great initiative, and Jamaicans not really so strict on animal cruelty. So it was really some of the little dogs that go up on say.
All the way going, I just love it for the memes because
Love the memes.
are
Love
hilarious.
memes. So some people say dogs gone foreign for the Royal Caribbean Terriers. The Otera called dog them mongrel. No sir. That's
You know, I like the name that bad.
Yeah, man.
somebody say abundance of food. No, yes, they will definitely not hunger.
Them catch flights, not fleas.
Exactly. Exactly. They definitely catch flights, man. Really
Right,
happy.
yeah.
I love that for them. Definitely love that for them. Okay, guys. So how you feel? The third topic is how you feel about Andrew Holness and Christopher Tufton deciding to take a vaccine in April.
Why?
I feel like that kind of suspicious still.
That's
'Cause it's
shaky because
strange.
every other country to
April, man, take
them
it too.
exactly
April,
take
you
it
are
near.
take it, you're lucky I
Take
take
it
it so
near.
early.
No, but I
Uh,
want to know every other country, their officials in government take the vaccine first. So why always have to wait after how much
that
people
if them take the vaccine too,
can
because
trick
look
me
on
and
the
kill
video
me?
where they go,
They
look on the
can trick me
video
and
where they
kill
go
me.
viral. You see me where the lady never take the vaccine, and not never in the thing there. So I
Right.
don't know. It's
Yeah,
kind of
this guy,
suspicious,
that's
man.
shaky.
Yeah,
Well,
very.
they said they are trying to see how much of the priority groups they can go through
They
before
are
they can.
priorities. They are the leaders
No
of
man
the
says them
country.
never
What?
them they claim say them are
Them a
the
top
priority
priority,
from the
you
first
mean?
part. Me I say
Exactly.
how them go run the country if them dead. Them can't run the country if
No,
them
what
dead.
what
So me I
part
just
killed
tell
me
them
was in what part killed me was in the interview. Tufton was like, "We decided to wait a little bit." I was like, "What? What do you
Mm-hmm.
mean?
I bet you
What do
did.
you
I
I feel
bet.
like
Decide
with
for
them
it too.
taking the vaccine, it would it would demonstrate, confidence that this
mean?"
vaccine
Exactly.
actually works and everything. But
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to take it.
And you are the minister. Mm-mm,
But no.
That's
mm-mm.
suspicious. That's weird.
That's weird.
Yeah,
That's
and her hair
weird.
was blue in that video as well too. So now your hair is blue.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
No.
But guys, it's been an unfortunate debate. A lot of people aren't because of this. And then Observer go publish this story now. So it creates a lot of doubt in the media. Like why would not take it? Why exactly? Yes, we understand. What you mean? How them are gonna run the country if them dead? Why the entire healthcare system are take it first? What happened if them dead? So who take care of we?
So
Who
we
can
if we take it and then no sir. So you that person that they take it and die and them and the officers live. Okay.
But we're just gonna take it as them say. Them say them gonna go through the priority groups first, and then they will take it in late March to April.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Suspicious.
Sure.
March 2 days.
Okay, guys. So cases of COVID-19 vaccine missing from the Corner Regional Hospital.
I
How to
just feel
lose
like
it?
Jamaicans know how to add chaos, extra chaos. Why them would do that? Them that's
Well,
Keep
what you mean
country.
you're
vaccine.
thief it? What you mean people are thief that for them family? If
Yeah,
you're a
You
family and
mean
they up in the line, you got thief it.
vaccine
it's just a
everything.
lot of choppings in the healthcare system, choppings. Wagwan, especially at a
Yeah.
place like Mobile.
Well,
Congratulations, man.
It's so much to say about
I feel like
Montreal.
I feel like Jamaicans just not giving a time for digress as once something happen, 50 more just happen. Yeah. I'm just tired. I feel like I can't
can
already
I
something
ease
too
up?
tough in the country. Them not ease up. We never realize that
Can I ease up?
when foolish happen in Jamaica it happen in a dozen. It's just one back at the other.
Mm-hmm.
A real thing, still, a real thing. What me I wonder still is if the vaccines were mixed already, because the thing with vaccines I say you have to mix the powder something into a sterile fluid for it to actually be the vaccine. So me I wonder if it is said that they do already or that not do it. You see me? Cause a person without the knowledge for do that, you know, how it can help them.
Zambia Road. We got have
Well,
zombies.
everything becomes Google now.
Kashina said Mobile people undefeated.
They are undefeated. Whoa.
Somebody said because y'all don't want it but steal it. Phew, actually, we don't want these people don't want it. Yet they must steal it. But
You must
you know,
save
it
it for
could be
later
like
on.
gold later on in our life, you know. Who knows? Maybe them not you know. It's supposed to
Man,
work
they
how
must
much
secure them back early.
supposed to work how much thousands later on in our life. That's crazy though. How them it never secure though, like how them keep it.
Somebody's an
Anyways,
inside job,
That,
man.
that's
Definitely
an
it's
an
inside
inside
job.
job.
definitely
I'm
an
guessing.
inside job.
Yeah,
No
inside job.
regular person will just go in there and say,
I think
you know,
no,
better
but
teach
A
them
the
nurse,
this.
the vaccine shouldn't even. This vaccine supposed to be in a like secret part of the hospital. So more somebody that's a high ranking nurse or one of them top people there, because there's just no way the vaccine can just stay there one part in the hospital where anybody can get access to. So
nurse could
Right.
have, nurse could have just have a little, thieving cause I say them there on
may I
a spit.
get the key? Yeah.
Set up a
Just
heist.
go out in there. Nurse good as all, you know, go and vaccinate ourselves and our family.
Keep them
Or sell
safe.
it or come
Next,
to Kingston and sell it downtown.
yeah, man. Next
One
thing you know,
uncheck, I want uncheck. You know? So guys, the last topic we have on the hot topics list is 300 cops tested positive for COVID-19. Tell me
Maybe
though.
because them outside after curfew.
Exactly. Remember said no.
I'm always
Remember
outside.
said
That's why them outside after curfew. Them go in. That's why them have the corona. See there?
COVID come out after 8 and police are roam the streets after curfew. So of course them have to catch it. A
I'm
joke.
good. Listen to the Prime
A joke, man.
Minister and go in.
According to Luke, National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang has revealed that over 300 police officers have tested positive for the coronavirus. But he was quick to add that during the community spread phase of the pandemic, it was inevitable for some of the law enforcers who work in the communities to contract the virus. It's really understandable, guys. Like them out and about, them interact with, everybody. So, and some of them now wear them mask correctly. So of course, it couldn't miss them, honestly.
definitely a long time, yeah, man. A long time this will come.
Hmm.
Them forgot up
And
in
that's
the
just
truck.
tested. They must send up people in a truck with
Yeah, them forgot
the
the Sasha
corona.
and Andrew too.
Okay, guys, and that's it. Hope you learn something new or get some added information from the correct buzz while going on the streets. I'm Shanoy Smith, and that was Hot Topics. Bye, guys.
Adios.